Y'all know who y'all rocking with. It's your boy Rocky, that dark skin one. And it's time for us to tap into another episode of New York Stuff. Talk to me nice, or you might not get to talk to me twice. You know the vibes. How my people's doing out there, man? How my SIGs doing out there, man? How my real rights doing out there, man? How my 550s doing out there, man? Y'all know the vibes. Y'all know what we like to do. Y'all know once y'all see this race, what we about. You heard? Today we got a fire episode ahead of us. What's out there, man? What's out there? What's been going on? I've been working. I ain't gonna lie, I've been working. Been using my voice. I hear a little hoarse and all that. You heard? But I've been working, man, taking care of these kids, taking care of our business. You heard? Trying to pay these bills. Other than that, man, what's going on these YouTube streets, man? They say the gangsters don't die. We get chubby and get on YouTube. You heard? So I've been looking into my son, EBK Javi or something like that. However you put his name, man. Son, how could I put it, bro? I tapped in to see his story, man, to see what he about. And you know, the more that I looked into it, and we know Remy Ma's story and what she went through, I'm like, you know, son probably ain't grow up with his moms, you heard, bro? Like, I don't think he grew up with Remy like raising him and shit and stuff like that, you heard? The way I seen certain things, I'm like, yo, you know, Shorty probably was out there by herself. And I'm like, yo, damn, it's like, yo, even when our peoples is doing good or making a little bit of money or in the spotlight, you know, you still find the children in messed up situations, you heard, bro? Because if Remy Ma, she, her having a career that she have now, she went through her trials and tribulations, but having the career she have now where I believe she's able to take care of kids, you know that? Boy should have never been in the streets. And even if he adapted to the streets while she was locked up or going through what she was going through, you know, sometimes you gotta call favors to take care of them kids, man. Make sure they don't end up in the same place as you. Because look, moms went to jail for shooting somebody in their own son. The roles don't change. The energy don't change. All it changes is the people. You heard, bro? You might be going through something your parents went through. I promise you. That's how this energy shit is matching up. You heard? But y'all know the vibes, man. Y'all know what we here to do. We ain't really here to talk about none of that. Y'all see the thumbnail. Y'all see the title. Let's get to work. You heard? Okay, gang. We spinning back to Brooklyn for this one. Midwood and Newkirk to be exact. Tonight we getting into the story of Terrell Herbert, a.k.a. SKRELL Pay, a.k.a. Flocking to Live with many shots to give, you heard? Let me tell you something. Hold on. We're going to pause it right here real fast, man. So coming home, right? A lot of us from the late 80s. The late 80s babies, we did our time like 07, 06, 08, 09. Right? And I caught my little fat bit in 09. I came home in 2014, right? And so I'm coming home to Brooklyn, to the split of Brooklyn, right? And in this split, the Wu versus Cho shit, I spoke about it before, but this split was a nasty split, bro. For those of us who already had made connections in certain areas and shit like that, and then you come home and you seeing this big ass split, and I'm hearing my little sisters and brothers and them, they not fucking with this side and that side, and I'm like, yo, that's my peoples. Like, what you talking about? And one of the biggest shits I came home to was the Flatbush shit, right? Me coming home and seeing Flatbush flip to a dominant presence of GDs, that shit blew my mind, bro. It blew my mind. I couldn't understand it. I remember when they touched down But like I said in the earlier video, when the GDs touched down out here, we was locked in with them. The Trays, the Cuzzos, we was locked in with the GDs, bro. And so coming home and seeing our little brothers and them beefing with each other, that shit blew my mind, bro. I'm like, yo, nah. Let's get back to it, and let's get back to the SKRELL page story, man. SKRELL page would come up in what I would like to call Brooklyn's golden age, where you had to be outside to get a name and not hiding behind a keyboard. SKRELL would take to the streets early, joining in the insane gangster Crips. He would be caught in Canarsie or Flatbush causing havoc. When his childhood friend Rich Flox got killed by the same gang he aligned himself with, he would drop his flag and go into a silent war with his ex-set. After moving to Newkirk, he would associate himself with some SPMBs and some GDs. He would catch a case early and do some time in Spofford and later in Crossroads. By serving his time, he made a name for himself and came home with the respect of his block. A year after his release, the Wu and Cho War would erupt, causing the whole Brooklyn to pick a side. Living on Newkirk automatically aligned him with the Chos, as Newkirk was one of the GD's stronghold. SKRELL Page would take the moniker of the top twirler as he jumped headfirst into the Wu versus Cho war. He would become one of the forefathers of New York drill, as him, Envy Kane, 16, and 22 G's would go into a music war with the rappers representing the Wus. While transforming into a rapper, SKRELL would uphold his image in the streets, as he would still be caught spinning the floors. SKRELL music would start going up as the war reaches heights. A lot of his fans and supporters would believe that SKRELL would be the next New York drill artist to sign to a major label because he was actually rapping where he was living. On one incident that let people know that SKRELL and the Flox was actually standing on business was the night of the Want the Money release party. I Want the Money was one of SKRELL's biggest songs, where he would collab with Envy Kane and Paparazzi Poe. After the event, everybody would head back to Ebbets Fields, where Paparazzi Poe would get too comfortable and phone one of the twirler's top oppositions. The GDs wasted no time wiping Poe clean of all his jewelry, wallet, and a gun. The street life would catch up to SKRELL, as he would get jammed up on a pole charge in 2016. Even though he bailed out, the beginning of his problems was just starting to set in. He would be a free man for 6 months before the cops would link him to a few shootings and a murder in Flatlands. Some would even say it was his dreams of being a rapper that actually let the NYPD confirm his identity and jump on his body. On September 2nd, 2016, the victim, 21-year-old Anthony Francis, was visiting his girlfriend in Flatlands at around 7 p.m., according to investigation. The two were sitting in Francis' BMW when SKRELL Page and his co-D Tristan Murray drove up and shot the BMW up. SKRELL was out twirling for oppositions when he bumped into Bill's Moolah BMW and got right with him. Bill's Moolah was repping the Wus out of the floors. He was on SKRELL's radar. While sitting up waiting for trial on a murder, he would get superseded on an SRK indictment that happened in East Flatbush, Brooklyn. Though he would be superseded on the SRK indictment, the murder would still be one of his main concerns. On February 7th, 2024, SKRELL would blow trial on a body and be sentenced to 25 years to life. With 7 years already down, he should be in jail for another 15 years before coming home. I definitely want to give a big shout out to SKRELL Page for holding it down, keeping his mouth closed, taking it all the way to the door, keeping his name and his legacy intact. But nah, man, we definitely would like to tilt our head to the top twirler, man. Man, flocking to live. Too many shots to give, you heard, man. Let that man go, man. Yo, SKRELL, hold your head, you heard. You know, that's coming from the Bite Network, man. We riding with you, we repping with you, man. You stood tall, you took it all the way to the door, man. Chin up. And you gonna come home, man. That's the one thing about them prison systems, man. They can't keep a nigga forever. Everybody got a date. And if you ain't got no date, you be back at this motherfucker, you heard? But y'all know the vibes, y'all know what we doing. We out of here. It's Bite.